Hello, my name is Mary Lesher, and I'm a public program coordinator with the Smithsonian American Art Museum's Renwick Gallery. Today I'm going to show you how to make Linocut greeting cards. For this craft, you'll need a Linocut block. You can use either a soft rubber block, which is easier for beginners but can't have as much detail, or a traditional linoleum block, which is firmer and harder to carve but has more details. You need carving tools, an inking plate, ink, a roller, blank stationery, and some materials for cleanup like paper towels and wipes. To get started, I'm going to sketch out my design onto my block. For this design, I am making pine trees on a snowy hill with some stars and the moon in the background. And as I am planning out my design, I'm thinking about which spots are going to have ink on them and which are not. So in my beautiful sketched out block here, you can see that I've marked an X in all the spots that I'm going to carve out these beautiful snowy banks. And I'm carving out the spots that are white and leaving the spots that are black. And so that's how your ink is going to transfer. And it's also going to be reversed when you print it. So those are things to keep in mind. The more white negative space you have on your design, the longer it'll take to carve. So once my design is sketched out and I know exactly which parts I need to carve, I'm going to take my larger carving tool, and this will help me get all these big areas of negative space, carve those out more quickly. You want to move smoothly through the rubber, and your goal is to make a nice, deep, carved out area so that there are no little spots that are going to accidentally pick up ink and interfere with your design. Once I have these bigger areas carved out, I'm going to use a smaller tool to carve out these little details of the tree and the stars and the moon. And so here I'm doing the same thing. I want to make sure that these channels that I'm carving are deep enough so that ink does not get into them while still maintaining my design. So you might want to go over these spots 2 or 3 times to make sure that they are deep enough so that no ink is going to stay in there and take part of your tree out of the design. Okay, once all those details are done, I have a block that is ready to be inked. And then what I'm going to do to print my design is take a small amount of ink and place it onto my inking plate. I'm spreading this out because I want to have an even layer of ink when I am printing. And I'm going to do that with this roller, also called a brayer. And this, as you can see, is just smoothing out that ink, making a nice even surface of ink so that my entire roller is coated. And so now I'm going to roll this onto the block, being very consistent with the amount of pressure that I'm applying. And now I'm going to take my card here, my blank card, and I'm remembering this is going to be printed in reverse. And so I'm thinking about that as I am making my design. I'm going to put this right down on top of my block and press firmly with my hands. Again, making sure we apply even pressure all the way across. When you are hand printing your cards, you want to have a lower paper weight, and that makes it easier for your design to transfer. So you want to look for a paper weight that is under 65 pounds. And so with that, I have made my beautiful greeting card, and it is, once it's dry, ready to be sent off to friends and family. The last step here is cleanup. And this is a very messy craft. There's no getting around that. But I have plenty of paper towels to help me clean up and make sure that I don't get a mess everywhere. And that is the process to make Linocut greeting cards. I hope to see you at a future Handi Hour. Thank you.